That was Variations on the Canon by Johann Pachelbel, arranged by George Winston. Coming up soon, we have the sensational Shakespeare Hours production of Antony and Cleopatra in space. But first, we have Air with Variations by George Frederick Handel. That was Air with Variations by George Frederick Handel. Thank you for listening to SitD.FM's Classical Music Hour. Up next, we have the sensational Shakespeare Hours production of Antony and Cleopatra in space. But first, a word from our sponsor.
All right, hello and welcome. like to please ask you all to silence your cell phones, since it's the 1930s and those don't exist. A special shout out to Elise Mai in the booth, our AV tech. And also another word of thanks to Honor Overby, our costume designer. So, without further ado, I present Antony and Cleopatra in Space. Thank you.
Shakespeare in the Dark presents the sensational Shakespeare Hour. Tonight's episode, Antony and Cleopatra in Space. Starring Anthony Madalone, Rebecca Symmes, Suslavich, Michael Williamson, Maggie Sheridan, and featuring the magical auditory illusions of Stu the Sound Guy. Tonight's episode was recorded before a live studio audience. The year is 6282. The interplanetary Martian Empire is influenced by three generals: Octavius Caesar, who dwells on Mars; Mark Antony, who spends his time on Venus; and Pompey, who plots a rebellion against the triumvirate from the asteroid belt. Tensions are high, but Antony pays it no mind, for he is in love with the Queen of Venus, Cleopatra. Our tale begins on that cloudy planet in the grand palace of Cleopatra. Enter Philo and Demetrius, two Venusian guards, conversing.
Nay, but this dotage of our generals o'erflows the measure. Those his goodly eyes that o'er the files and musters of the war have glowed like distant stars, now bend, now turn, the office and devotion of their pure upon a tawny front. His captain's heart, which in the scuffles of great fights hath burst the buckles on his breast, reneges all temper, and is become the bellows and the fan to cool a gypsy's lust.
Enter our lovers, Antony and Cleopatra.
Look where they come. Take what good note, you shall see in him the triple pillar of the world, transformed into a strumpet's fool. Hold, see.
If it be love indeed, tell me how much.
There's beggary in the love that can be reckoned.
Oh, set a bourne how far to be below.
Unless thou finds out new heaven, new earth.
Enter a Venusian attendant.
News, my good lord, from Mars.
Breaks me to some.
Nay, hear them, Antony. Fulvia perchance is angry. Or who knows if the scarce bearded Caesar have not such a powerful mandate to you. Do this or this, take in that kingdom and enfranchise that. Perform it or else we damn thee.
How, my love?
Perchance, nay, and most likely must not stay here longer. Your dismission has come from Caesar, therefore hear it, Antony. Where's Fulvia's process? Caesar's, I would say, both. Call in the messengers. As I am Venus' queen, thou luscious Antony, and that blood of thine is Caesar's homage. Else thy cheek his shame would shrill-tongued Fulvia's skulls. The messengers!
Let Mars and Cosmos melt, and the wide arch of the ranged empire fall. Here is my space. Kingdoms are clay, our dummy planets alike be beast as man. The nobleness of life is to do thus, when such a mutual pair. Such a way can do it, in which I bind on pain of punishment the world to weep. We stand up peerless.
Oh, excellent falsehood. Why did he marry Fulvia and not love her? I'll seem the fool I am not. Antony, hear the ambassador.
Fire-angling queen, everything becomes to chide, to laugh, to weep, whose every passion fully strives to make itself in thee fair and admired. No messenger, but thine. And all alone tonight we'll wander through the streets and note the qualities of people. Come, my queen. Last night you did desire it.
Exit the lovers to the streets of Venus. In another chamber of Cleopatra's great palace, we find Charmian, Iris, Alexis, and a mystical soothsayer.
Lord Alexis, sweet Alexis, most anything Alexis, almost, most absolute Alexis. Where's the soothsayer that you praise so to the queen? Oh, that I knew this husband which you say must charge his horns with garlands.
Soothsayer.
Your will?
Is this the man? Is't you, sir, that know things?
In nature's infinite book of secrecy, a little eye can read.
Show him your hand.
Good sir, give me good fortune.
I may not, but foresee.
Pray then foresee me one.
Ooh, you shall be more beloved than beloved.
I'd rather heat my liver with drink.
Oh, you shall outlive the lady whom you serve.
Oh, excellent. I love on life better than things.
You have seen and proved a fairer form of fortune than that which is to approach.
Enter Cleopatra.
Saw you, my lord?
No, lady.
Was he not here?
No, madam.
He was disposed to mirth, but on a sudden a Martian thought hath struck him. Charmian, madam, seek him and bring him hither. Where's Alexis?
Here, at your service.
My lord approaches.
We will not look upon him. Go with us.
Cleopatra and her train exit. Enter Antony with attendants.
Fulvia, my wife, first came into the field against my brother Lucius.
Aye. The tomb that war had ended, and the time state made friends of them, joining their force against Caesar, whose better issue in the war from Mars, upon the first encounter drave from.
Well, at worst.
The nature of bad news infects the teller.
When it concerns the fool or coward on, who tells me true that when his tale lie death, I hear him as he flatters.
Labienus, this is stiff news, hath, with his Parthian force extended Saturn from Callisto, his conquering banner shook Titan to Isle, whilst
Antony, thou wilt say.
Oh, my lord!
Speak to me home, it's not the general tongue. And in Cleopatra she's called on Mars, drowned out in Fulvia's phrase. Fare thee well a while.
At your noble pleasure.
Enter a second messenger.
For Mercury, hold the news. Speak there, what are you?
Fulvia, thy wife, is dead.
Where died she?
On Mercury. Her length of sickness, with what else most serious important these know, this bears.
Forbear me.
Exit all but Antony.
There's a great spirit gone. Thus did I desire it. Would our contempt doth often grow from us, we wish it ours again. The present pleasure by revolutionary lowering does become the opposite of itself. She's good being gone. The hand that pluck a back that shoved her on. I must from this enchanting queen break off. 10,000 harms, more than the ills I know, my idleness doth hatch. How now, Alvarez?
Enter Alvarez, Antony's most loyal supporter.
What's your pleasure, sir?
Must with haste from hence.
Why, then we kill all our women. We see how mortal an unkindness is to them if they suffer our departure. That's the word.
They must be gone.
Under a compelling occasion, let women die. It were pity to cast them away for nothing, though between them and a great cause they should be esteemed nothing. Cleopatra, catching but the least noise of this, dies instantly. I've seen her die 20 times upon far poorer moment. I do think there is Madalone death which commits some loving act upon her. She hath such a celerity to die.
Fulvia is dead.
Sir.
Fulvia is dead.
Fulvia?
Dead.
Why, sir, give the gods a thankful sacrifice. When it pleaseth their deities to take the wife of a man whom it shows to man the tailors of the earth, comforting therein that when old robes are worn out, there are members to make new. Your old smock brings forth a fresh petticoat, and indeed the tears live in an onion that should water this sorrow.
The business she had broached in the state could not endure my absence.
And the business you have broached here could not without you, especially that of Cleopatra's, which wholly depends on your abode.
No more lights answers. Let our officers have noticed what we purpose. I shall break the cause of our speakings to the queen and get her leave to part. For not alone the death of Fulvia, with more urgent touches do strongly speak to us. The letters too of many our contriving friends on Mars petition us at home. Sextus Pompeius has given the dare to Caesar, commands the empire of the space. Our slippery people, whose love is never linked to the deserver till his deserts are past, begin to go Pompey the Great and all his dignities upon his son. Say our pleasure to such whose place is under us requires our quick remove from hence.
I shall do it.
Exit Antony and Alvarez. In another part of the palace, Cleopatra looks for Antony.
Where is he?
I did not see him since.
See where he is, who's with him, what he does. I did not send you. If you find him sad, say I am dancing. If in mirth, report that I am sudden sick. Quick and return.
Yes, my queen.
Madam, methinks if you did love him dearly, you do not hold the method to enforce the like from him.
What should I do? I do not.
In each thing give him way, cross him nothing.
No, that teaches like a fool, the way to lose him.
Tempt him not so far, I wish forbear. In time we hate that which we often fear. But here comes Antony.
Oh, I am sick and sullen!
I'm sorry for your breathing to my
Put me away in your trouble, and I shall fall. I cannot this be long. The sides of nature will not sustain it.
Oh, my dearest.
Pray you stand, nerve of traveling.
What's the matter?
I know by that same eye there's some good news. What says the married woman? You may go. Would she never giving you leave to come? Let her not say 'tis I that keep you here. I have no power upon you, or as you are.
The gods
Never was our queen so vitally betrayed. And at the first I saw the treasons planted.
Cleopatra!
I think you can be mine and true, that you would swear and shake the throne of gods who have been false to Fulvia. For I am as madness to be entangled with those mouth-made vows which break themselves in swearing.
Most sweet.
Nay, pray you seek no color for her going, but bid farewell and go. When you should stay, then was the time for words. No going then. Eternity was in our lips and eyes. Listen, our brows bent. Not a part so poor, but with a race of heaven. They are so still, are thou the greatest soldier of the world, art turned the greatest liar.
Hear me, queen. The strong necessity of time commands our services a while. My full heart remains in use with you. But our Mars shines o'er with silver swords. Sextus Pompeius makes his approach to the port of Mars. Equality of two domestic powers breeds fruit of distraction. The hate of growing to strength and merely growing to love. The condemned poverty, rich in his father's honor, creeps apace. And the hearts of such as have not thrived upon the breast and state whose numbers threaten. And quietness for sick of rest, but purge might be desperate change. My more particular, and that which you would most safe my going, is Fulvia's death.
Rage from folly could not give me freedom, it does from childishness. Can Fulvia die?
She's dead, my queen. Look here, and at thy soft leisure read the gargoyle she awaits. At the last breath, see when and where she died.
Oh, most false love! Where be the sacred vials thou shouldst fill with sorrowful water? Now I see, in Fulvia's death, how mine received shall be.
Oh, no more, but be prepared to know the purposes I bear, which are or cease, as you shall give the advice. By the fire that quickens neither slime, I go from hence thy soldier servant, making peace or war as thou effectest.
Come, my least charming, come, but let it be. I am quickly ill and well, so Antony loves.
My precious queen, forbear, give true evidence to his love, which stands in honorable trial.
So Fulvia told me. I prithee, turn aside and weep for her, then bid it down to me and say the tears belong to Venus. Good, now play one scene of excellent assembly and let it look like perfect honor.
Heats my blood, no more.
Oh, you can do better yet, but this is meekly.
Now by my
And
sword!
target still he meant. But this is not the best. Look pretty, Charmian, how this Herculean Martian has become the carriage of his chair.
I'll leave you, lady.
Courteous lord, one word. Sir, you and I must part, but that's not it. Sir, you and I have loved, but there's not it. That you know well. Something it is. I would... Oh, my oblivion is a very Antony, and I am all forgotten.
But that your royalty equals idleness your subject. I should take you for idleness itself.
'Tis sweating labor to bear such idleness so near the heart of Cleopatra is. But sir, forgive me, since my becomings kill me when they do not lie well to you. Your honor calls you hence, therefore be deaf to my unpitied folly, and all the gods go with you. Upon your swords of laurel victory and smooth success be strewed before your feet.
Let us go, come. Our separation so abides and flies, and thou residing here goest yet with me, and I hence fleeting here remain with thee. Away.
Exit our lovers into a clouded future. We now find ourselves on Mars in the home of Octavius Caesar, where we find him reading a letter with Lepidus.
You see, Lepidus is not Caesar's natural vice to hate our great competitor. From Venus, this is the news. He fishes, drinks, and wastes the lamps of night in revel. He is not more manlike than Cleopatra, nor the queen of Ptolemy more womanly than he. Hardly gave audience without mistake to think he had partners. You shall find there a man who is the very abstract of all faults that all men follow.
I must not think there are evils and out of dark in all this goodness. His faults in him seem as the spots of heaven, more fiery by night's blackness, hereditary rather than purchased. What he cannot change than what he chooses. Here's more news.
Thy biddings have been done, and every hour, most noble Caesar, shalt thou have report how 'tis abroad. Pompey is strong in space, and it appears he is beloved of those that only have feared Caesar. To the ports the discontents repair, men's reports give him much wrong.
I should have known no less. It hath been taught us from the primal state that he which is was wished until he were, and the ebb men ne'er loved till ne'er worth love comes dear by being lacked. This common body, like to a vagabond, flag upon the stream, goes to and back, lacking the very tide to rot itself with motion. Antony, leave thy lascivious wassails. When thou once wast beaten from Medina, when thou slewest Hirtius and pods of consuls, if thy heel did famine follow, whom thou fought against, though daintily brought up with patience more than savages could suffer. Yea, like the stag, when snow the pasture sheets, the barks of trees thou browsed. On the mons it is reported thou did eat strange flesh, which some did die to look on all this. Once thine arm, that I speak it now, was born so like a soldier, with thy cheek so much length and knowledge.
'Tis pity of him.
Let his shames quickly drive him to Mars. 'Tis time we twain did show ourselves in the field, and to that end assemble we immediate council. Pompey thrives in our idleness.
We leave Mars to return to Venus, where Cleopatra pines for her lost lover.
Charmian! Madam, give me to drink Mandragora.
Why, madam?
Then I might sleep out this great gap of time. My Antony is away.
You think of him too much.
Oh, 'tis treason.
Madam, I trust not so.
Thou, eunuch Mardian!
What's your highness plan?
Not now to hear thee sing. I take no pleasure in aught a eunuch has. 'Tis well for thee that being unseminared, thy freer thoughts may not fly forth with Venus. Hast thou affections?
Yes, gracious madam.
Indeed! Oh, Charmian, where thinkst thou he is now? Stands here, sits he? Or does he walk? Or is he on his horse? Oh, happy horse to bear the think on me that it was Venus's amorous pinches black and wrinkled deep in time?
Enter Alexis, sent across space by Octavius Caesar.
Sovereign of Venus,
How
hail!
much unlike our thou, Mark Antony? Yet come from him, the great minister that had gilded thee. How goes it with my brave Mark Antony? What? Is he sad or merry?
Like to the time of the year between the extremes of hot and cold. He is nor sad nor merry.
Oh, well divine disposition! Note him, Victoria, 'tis the man, but note him. He was not sad, for he would shine on those that make their looks by his. He was not merry, which seemed to tell him his remembrance lay on Venus with his joy. But between both, oh heavenly mingle! Be so sad or merry, the violence of either he becomes. So does it no man else. Medst thou my hosts?
I, madam, 20 several messengers. Why do you send so thick?
Who's born that day when I forget to send to Antony shall die a beggar. Ink and paper, Charmian! Welcome, my good Alexis. Did I, Charmian, ever love Caesar so?
Oh, that brave Caesar.
I choked with such another emphasis. Say the brave Antony.
The valiant Caesar.
I will give thee bloody teeth if thou wast Caesar Paragon again, my man of men.
By your most gracious pardon, I sing, but after you.
My salad days, when I was green in judgment. Cold in blood, to say as I said then. But come away and get me ink and paper. He shall have every day a several greeting of all unpeopled Venus.
What will happen to our heroic Antony on Mars? Can war with Pompey be circumvented? And will our lovers ever meet again? Find out after a brief word from our sponsors.
Phew, what a tough day at the factory. I'm way too beat to cook.
And dinner again?
Them's the breaks. I miss those family meals we used to have.
Hungry for that hearty meal, but strapped for time. Don't sacrifice the family flavor you love. Tonight, how about you try one of Titus's famous mystery meals?
Mystery meals?
Mystery meals. You'll swear they were made with the hands of someone you love.
Oh, that's a taste that's awful familiar.
It's really got heart.
Titus's mystery meals are the perfect solution to your large family. And busy schedule. Testimonials from families who tried Titus's mystery meals.
Handmade meals just for you.
A real way to keep each other close.
Mom's really cooking now.
Titus's mystery meals. Family meals to quell your appetite quick.
We now find ourselves aboard Pompey's flagship as he schemes with his soldiers, Menocrates and Manes.
If the great gods be just, they shall assist the deeds of justice men.
No, worthy Pompey, that what they do delay, they not deny.
Whilst we are suitors to their throne, decays the thing we sue for.
We, ignorant of ourselves, make often our own harms, which the wise powers deny us for our good, so find we profit by losing of our prayers.
I shall do well. The people love me, and space is mine. My powers are crescent, and my auguring hope says it will come to the full. Mark Antony on Venus sits at dinner and will make no wars without doors. Caesar gets money where he loses hearts. Lepidus splatters both is splattered, but he neither loves nor either cares for him.
Caesar and Lepidus are in the field. A mighty strength they carry.
Where have you this? 'Tis false.
From Symmes.
He dreams. I know they're on Mars together looking for Antony, but all the charms of love sought Cleopatra soften thy waning lip. Let witchcraft join with beauty, lust with both. Tie up the libertine in a field of peace, keep his brain fuming, Epicurean cook, sharpen and clone the sauce with appetite. That sleep and feeding may prorogue his honor even to the left age daughters.
Enter Varius, a messenger.
How now, Barry?
This is most certain that I shall deliver. Mark Antony is every hour on Mars expected. Since he went from Venus, 'tis a space for further travel.
I could have given less matter a better ear. Manus, I did not think this amorous surfeiter would have donned his helm for such a petty war. This soldiership is twice the other twain. But let us further higher our opinion, that our stirring confirm the lack of Venus's widow, pluck the ne'er lust-wearied Antony.
I cannot hope Caesar and Antony shall well greet together. His wife that's dead in trespasses to Caesar, his brother warred upon him, although I think not moved by Antony.
I know not, Manus, how lesser entities may give way to greater. Were it not that we stand up against them all, 'twere pregnant they should square between themselves, for they have entertained cause enough to draw their swords. But how the fear of us may cement their divisions and bind up the petty difference, we yet not know. Be it our gods who have it, it only stands our lives upon to use our strongest hands. Come, Manus.
We turn our eyes back to Mars, where Antony and his envoy have just arrived. In the home of Lepidus, the second triumvirate of the interplanetary Martian Empire convenes.
Welcome to Mars.
Thank you.
Sit.
Sir,
Amen.
I learn you take things ill, which are not so, or being concerned you not.
I must be laughed at ill for nothing more little I should say myself offended. And with you chiefly the world more laughed at, that I should once name you derogately when the sound your name not concerned.
My being on Venus, Caesar, what was it to you?
No more than my residing here at Mars might be to you on Venus. Yet, if you dare to practice on my state, your being on Venus might be my question.
How intend you practice?
You may be pleased to catch at mine intent by what did here befall me. Your wife and brother made wars upon me, and their contestation was theme for you. You were the word of war.
You do mistake your business. My brother never did urge me in his act. I did inquire it, and have my learning from some true reports that drew their swords with you. Did he not rather discredit my authority with yours, and make the wars alike against my stomach, having alike your cause? This my letters before did satisfy you. If you patch a quarrel as matter whole, you not to make it with, must not be with this.
You would have broken the article of your oath, which you shall never have time to charge me with.
Soft, Caesar!
No, Lepidus, let him speak. The honor is sacred which he talks of now, supposing that I lack it. Put on, Caesar, the article of my oath.
To lend me arms and aid when I required them, the which you both denied.
Neglected, rather. And then when poisoned hours have bound me up for mine own knowledge, nearly as I may outplay the pedant to you. But mine honesty shall not make poor my greatness, nor my power work without it. Truth is that for thee to have me out of Venus made wars here, for which myself, the ignorant motive, do so for ask pardon as befits mine honor to stoop in such a case.
'Tis noble spoken!
If it might please you to enforce no further degrees between you, to forget them quite, or to remember that the present need speaks to atone you.
Worthily spoken, Enobarbus.
Or, if you borrow one another's love for the instant, you may, when you hear no more words of Pompey, return it again. You shall have time to wrangle in when you have nothing else to do.
Thou art a soldier only, speak no more.
The truth should be silent, I had almost forgotten.
You wrong this presence, therefore speak no more.
Go to then. Consider it still.
I do not much dislike the matter or the manner of his speech. For it cannot be we shall remain in bench of our conditions so differing in their acts. If I knew what who should hold a staunch edge to edge of the world, I would pursue it.
Give me leave, Caesar.
Speak, Agrippa.
Thou hast a sister by the mother's side, admired Octavian. Great Mark Antony is now a widower.
Say not so, Agrippa. If Cleopatra heard you, your reproof were well deserved of rashness.
I am not married, Caesar. Let me hear Agrippa further speak.
To hold you in perpetual amity, to make you brothers, and to knit your hearts with an unslipping knot, take Antony Octavia to his wife, whose beauty claims no worse husband than the best of men, whose virtue and whose general graces speak that which none else can utter. By this marriage, all little jealousies which now seem great, and all great fears which now import their dangers, would then be nothing. Truce will be tales, and now half tales be truths. Her love to both would, each to other, and all loves to both, draw after her. Pardon I have spoke, for 'tis a study, not a present of, by duty ruminated.
Will Caesar speak?
Not till he hears how Antony has touched what has spoke already.
What power is in Agrippa? If I would say, Agrippa be it so to make this good.
The power of Caesar. May his power belong to Octavia.
May I never, this good purpose that so fairly shows, dream of impediment. Let me have thy hand. Further this act of grace, and from this hour the heart of brothers govern in our loves and sway our great designs.
There's my hand. A sister, I believe you, whom no brother did ever love so dearly. Let her live to join our kingdoms and our hearts, and never fly off our loves again.
Happily, amen!
I did not think to draw my sword against Pompey. Breathed like strange courtesies and great of late upon me. I must thank him only, lest my remembrance suffer ill report. I heal that, the fire.
Time calls upon us. Of us must Pompey presently be sought, or else he seeks out us.
Eliza,
About the asteroid belt.
what is his strength by land?
Great and increasing, but in space, he is an absolute master.
So is the king. If we had spoke together, haste before it. Yet ere we put ourselves into arms, dispatch me the business we have taught.
With most gladness, and to invite you to my sister's view, whither straight I'll lead you.
Let us love, but it's not like your company.
Noble Antony, not sickness should detain me.
With a new bond of brotherhood between them, Caesar delivers his beloved sister Octavia to Antony.
The world and my great office will sometimes divide me from your bosom.
Oh, which time before the gods my knee shall bow my prayers to death to you.
My Octavia, read not my blemishes in the world's report. I have not kept my square. What? That to come shall all be done by the rule. Good night, dear lady. Good night, sir.
Good night.
As Caesar and Octavia take their leave, Antony is approached by a soothsayer, traveling from Venus to share an important message.
Now, sirrah, you do wish yourself on Venus.
But I had never come from thence, nor you thither.
If you can, your reason.
I see it in my motion, have it not in my tongue, but yet I to Venus
Say
again.
me, whose fortune shall rise higher, Caesar's or mine?
Oh, Caesar's. Therefore, O Antony, stay not by his side. Thy demon that's thy spirit which keeps thee is noble, courageous, high, unmatchable, where Caesar's is not. But near him thy angel becomes a fear as being all power. Therefore, make space enough between you.
Speak this no more.
Ah, to none but me no more. But when to thee, if thou dost play with him at any game, thou art sure to lose, and of that natural luck he beats against the odds. Thy luster thickens when he shines by. I say again, thy spirit is all afraid to govern thee near him, but away, 'tis no.
Get thee gone! Oh, save in pity, so I should speak with him. He shall Venus. Be it art or hap, he has spoken true. The very dice obey him. And now sports, my better cunning thinks under his chance. If we draw lots, he speeds. His cocks do win the battle still of mine, when it is all to none, and his rails ever beat mine and hooped at odds. I will to Venus, and though I make this marriage for my peace, at the east my pleasure lies.
We now return to Venus, where Cleopatra reclines in luxury.
Give me some music. Music, booty food of us that trade in love.
The music! Oh!
The messenger enters.
Out from Mars! Ran out thy beautiful tidings in mine ears that long time have been buried.
Madam,
Antony is dead! If thou say so, ruin, thou killest thy mistress. But well and free if thou so yield him. There is gold, and here my bluest veins to kiss. I have that kings have lived and trembled kissing.
first, madam, he is well.
Why, there's more gold! But, sir, Margaret, we used to say the dead are well. Bring us back the gold I give thee, will I melt and pour down thy ill-uttering throat.
Good madam, dear me.
Well, that too I will. But there's no goodness in thy face. If Antony be free and helpful, so tart a favor to trumpet such good tidings. If not well, thou shouldst come like a fury, crowned with snakes, not like a formal man.
Will't please you hear me?
Oh, I have a mind to strike thee, ere thou speakst. Yet if thou say Antony lives, is well, or friends with Caesar, or not captive to him, I'll set thee in a shower of gold and have rich pearls upon thee.
Madam, he's well.
Well said.
And friends with Caesar.
Thou art an honest man.
Caesar and he are greater friends than ever.
Make thee a fortune from me.
But yet,
I do not like but yet. It doesn't lay the good precedent. Fie upon but yet. But yet is as a jailer before some monstrous malefactor. Prithee, friend, pour out the pack of matter to mine ear, the good and bad together. He's friends with Caesar in a state of health, thou sayest, and thou sayest free.
free. No, madam, I made no such report. He's bound unto Octavia.
For what good turn?
For the best turn in the bed.
I am pale, charming.
Madam, he's married to Octavia.
The most infectious pestilence upon me!
Madam,
What say you of us? Horrible villain, or I'll spurn thine eyes like balls before me on a hair like that! Oh, thou should be whipped with fire and stabbed and fried, smarting and lingering foul!
gracious madam, I had to bring the news, may not the best.
Cease not so, and promise I will give thee and make thy fortunes proud! The bow has to make thy fortunes peace for moving me to rage, and I will boot thee with what gift beside thy modesty can pay!
He's married, madam.
Oh, thou hast lived too long!
Then I'll run.
Good madam, keep yourself within yourself. The man is
So your innocent escape not the thunderbolt! Milk me such a nitrogen and kindly creatures turn all to serpents! Call the slave again. Though I am mad, I will not fight him. Call!
He is afeard to come.
I will not hurt him. These hands do lack nobility that they strike a meaner than myself, since I myself have given myself the cause. Come hither, sir. Though it be honest, it is never good to bring bad news. Give to a gracious message, a host of tongues,
may be felt.
I have done my duty.
Is he married? I cannot hate thee worse than I do if thou again say yes.
He's married, man.
That was the fear most ugly. He is married.
I crave your highness's pardon.
He is married.
But take no offense that I would not offend you to punish me for what you make me do seems much unequal. He's married to Ontario.
Oh, it is false to make a name of thee did not harm what thou art sure of. Get thee hence.
Okay.
The merchandise of those broken minds are all too dear for me. Lie thee upon thy hand and be undone by it. Good your highness, patient praising Antony. I have dispraised Caesar many times, madam. Made for it now. Leave me from hence I faint. Oh, I was Charmian. 'Tis no matter. Go to the fellow, good Charmian. Bid him report the feature of Octavia, her years, her inclination. Let him not leave out the color of her hair. Bring me word how tall she is. Pity me, Charmian, but do not speak to me. Lead me to my chamber.
We leave Cleopatra to find Antony and Caesar aboard Pompey's mighty spacecraft, exchanging pleasantries before next day's battle.
Hostages I have, so have you mine, and we shall talk before we find.
Most meet that first we come to words, and therefore have we our written purposes before us sent, which, if thou hast considered, let us know which will tie up thy discontented sword, and care back to Phobos much tall youth that else must perish here.
Thou canst not fear us, Pompey. With thy ships we'll speak with thee in space. And land thou knowest how much we do our count thee.
At land, indeed, thou dost account me of my father's house. But since the cuckoo builds not for himself, remain in it as thou mayest.
Be pleased to tell us, for this is from the present, how you take the offers we have sent you.
There's the point.
Wits do not be entreated to, but weigh what it is worth in grace.
And what may follow to try a larger fortune.
You have made me offer of Phobos, Deimos, and I must rid us of space pirates. Then to send letters of wheat to Mars, this agreed upon to part with unhacked edges and bear back our charges undinted.
That's our offer.
Know then, I came before you here a man prepared to take this offer. But Mark Antony put me to some impatience. Though I lose the praise of it by telling, you must know when Caesar and your brother were at blows, your mother came to Phobos and did find your welcome friendly.
I have heard it, Pompey, and will study for a little thanks which I do owe you.
Let me have your hand. I did not think so to have met you here.
The beds of the east are soft. And thanks to you that called me timely than my purpose hither, for I gained by it.
As I saw you last, there was a change upon you.
Well, I know not what Count's harsh fortune casts upon my face, but in my bosom shall she never come to make her heart, my heart, her vassal. Thus we are agreed. I came to crave our composition may be written and sealed between us.
That's the next to do.
We'll feast each other ere we part, and let's draw lots who shall begin.
That will I, Pompey.
No, Antony, take the lot, but first or last your fine Venusian cookery shall have the fame. I have heard Julius Caesar do back with feasting.
Oh, you have heard much.
I have fair meanings, sir.
Fair words too, then.
And so much have I heard. And I have heard Apollodorus carry.
No more of that, he did so.
What, I pray thee?
Certain queen to Caesar in a mattress.
I know thee now. How farest thou, soldier?
Well, and well I'm like to do, for I perceive 4 feasts are toward.
Let me shake thy hand. I never hated thee. I have seen thee fight when I have envied thy behavior.
Sir, I never loved you much, but I have praised you, and you have well deserved 10 times as much as I have said you did.
Enjoy thy plainness, and nothing ill becomes thee. Aboard my ship I invite you all. Will you lead, lords?
Yes, sir.
Come.
The triumvirate leaves to enjoy the liquors of the solar system, leaving Manus and Enobarbus alone.
Thy father, Pompey, would never have made this treaty. You and I have known, sir.
In space, I think.
We have, sir.
You've done well. In space.
And you, by land.
I will praise any man that will praise me, though it cannot be denied what I have done by land.
Nor what I have done in space.
Yes, something you can't deny for your own safety. You have been a great thief. In space.
And you, by land.
Dare I deny my land service? Take my hand, Manus. If eyes could see us here, they might take two thieves kissing.
All men's faces are true, but to where their hands are.
But there is never a fair woman has a true face.
No slander. They steal hearts.
We came hither to fight with you.
For my part, I am sorry it has turned to a drinking. Pompey doth this day laugh away his fortune.
If we do, sure he cannot weep it back again.
You said, sir, we look not for Mark Antony here. Pray, is he married to Cleopatra?
Caesar's sister is called Octavia.
True, sir, she was the wife of Caius Marcellus.
But she is now the wife of Marcus Antonius.
Pray, sir.
That is true.
Then is Caesar and he forever knit together?
If I were bound to divine of this unity, I would not prophesy so.
I think the policy of that purpose made more in the marriage than the love of the parties.
I think so too. But you shall find the band that seems to tie their friendship together will be the very strangler of their amity. Octavia is of a holy, cold, and still conversation.
Who would not have his wife so?
Not he that himself is not so, which is Mark Antony. He will to his Venusian dish again. Then shall the sighs of Octavia blow the fire up in Caesar, and, as I said before, that which is the strength of their amity shall prove the immediate author of their variance. Antony will use his affection where it is. He married, but his occasion here.
Antony, Caesar, and Pompey returned to the deck of the spacecraft, drunk on the wine of war.
Why was she poor? Pompey, good night. Good brother, let me request you all. I'm graver business, frowns in this lady. Oh, gentle lords, let's part. You see, you burnt our cheeks. Strong and a barb is weak, and the wine. And mine own tongue lit on the cheek. Oh, the wild disgust almost ending the soul. What needs more words? Good night, good engineering.
I'll try you on the exosphere.
And shall, sir. Take heed you fall not.
With the triumvirate set on war, who will win the imminent space battle? Will Antony return to Cleopatra? Stay tuned to find out.
Times are tough, folks. Economy's in the toilet. Nobody has a job. Rent costs 35 cents for a loaf. I don't know about you, but I think that is just too damn high. Or is it not high enough? The good old US of A might be going through some troubles right now, but that isn't going to keep the powers of science at bay. A new cure-all herbal remedy has just made its way across the border from Mexico that is here to solve any ailment one might have. So come on down to my shop on Winter Street and ask for me, the Hempist. I've got just the cure for any ailment you might have.
I'm anxious about my boyfriend pouting all the time. Also, I think he killed my dad.
Feel better in a jiff and share a pre-roll of some OG cloudiness.
I'm exhausted after a long day of conquering France.
Sit back, relax, and rip some of our finest Henry V.
Customer satisfaction with my mystery meals are at an all-time low. So I've been stabbed.
Not to worry. The call me Titus and Bollincus will clear that right out. So come on down to the Hempist, where you can get some rose and blaze with some Gildan Kush.
Welcome back to Antony and Cleopatra, in space. When last we left off, Antony and Caesar were preparing for battle with the villainous rebel Pompey. Now we find Antony's soldier Ventidius celebrating a remarkable victory.
Now doth it Claudium no strife! And now, please, fortune does of Marcus Crassus' death make me revenger! Bear the king's son's body before our army thy, Icarus, or it is pays this from Marcus Crassus.
God will Ventidius, whilst yet with Parthian blood thy sword is warm, the fugitive Parthians follow. Spur the rumour, dear, Messier 81, and the shelters within the routed fly. Star thy grand captain Antony will set thee upon triumphant chariots and put garlands on thy head.
Where is he now?
He purposeth to Mercury, whither, with what age the way we must convey which will permit, we shall appear before him. On there pass along.
Return to Mars to find Caesar and Octavia exchanging tearful goodbyes as, in the wake of battle, Antony and Octavia depart from Mercury. Agrippa and Engelbartus gossip outside the general's antechamber.
What, are the brothers parted?
They've dispatched with Pompey, he is gone. The other three are sealed. Octavia weeps apart from Mars, Caesar is sad. Lepidus, since Pompey's feast, as Mina says, is troubled with the green sickness.
I did the two great generals and Octavia.
No further, sir.
Take from me a great part of myself, use me well, and sister, if such a life as my thoughts make me, and as my farthest band shall pass whom I approve. Most noble Antony, with not this piece of virtue to set betwixt us as the cement of our love, that he builded, be the ram to battle the fortress of it. Better we might have loved without this mean, if on both parts this be not cherished.
Make me not offended in your distrust.
I have said
You shall not find, though you be very curious, the least cause for it you seem to fear so. The gods keep you, and make the hearts of Martians serve your ends, view of your parts.
farewell, my dear sister, fare thee well. The elements behind thee, and make thy spirits all of comfort, fare thee well.
My noble brother.
Oh, the April's in her eyes, it is love spring, and these the showers to bring it on. Be cheerful!
Sweet Octavia, you shall hear from me still. The time shall not outgo my thinking on you.
Come, sir, come. I'll wrestle you in my strength of love. Look, here I have you. Thus I let you go and give you the gods.
Adieu, be happy.
Farewell.
We return to Venus to find Cleopatra receiving more news of her rival.
Where is the
Octavia.
phone?
Have a fear to come.
Go to. Come hither, sir.
Most gracious majesty.
Didst thou behold Octavia?
I dread queen.
Where?
Madam on Mars. I looked her in the face and saw her led between her brother and Mark Antony.
Is she as tall as me?
She is not, madam.
Didst hear her speak? Is she shrill-tongued or low?
Madam, I heard her speak, and she is low-voiced.
Oh, that's not so good. You cannot like her long.
Like her, why is this impossible?
I think so, Charmy. A dull of tongue and dwarfish. What majesty is in her gait? Remember, if e'er thou look'st on majesty.
She creeps. Your motion and your station are as one. She shows a body rather than a life, a statue than a breather.
Is this certain?
Or I have no observance.
We on Venus could not make better now.
He's very knowing, I do perceive it. There's nothing in her head. The fellow has good judgment. Excellent. Guess of her years, I prithee.
Madam, she was a widow.
Widow, Charmy and Mark.
And I do think she's 30.
There's not her face in mind. Is it long or round?
Oh, round, even to a faultiness.
Oh, for the most part, too, they are foolish that are so. Her hair, what color?
Brown, madam, and her forehead is low as you would wish it.
There's gold for thee.
Oh!
Thou must not take my former sharpness still. I will employ thee back again. I find thee most fit for business. Go, make thee ready. Our letters are prepared.
On Mercury, Antony learns of Caesar's hostile actions against his claim of the interplanetary Martian Empire and begins to prepare for war. However, he gives Octavia permission to return to Mars to quell the new feud.
Nay, Octavia, not only that were excusable, that thousands more of summable import. But he hath waged new wars against Pompey, made his well run to public ear, spoke scantly of me. And perforce he could not repay me terms of honor. Cold and sickly he vented them. Most narrow measure left it. When the best hint was given, he not took it, or did it from his teeth.
Oh, my good lord, believe not all, or if you must believe, stomach not all. A more unhappy lady, if this division chance, ne'er stood between praying for both parts. The good God to me presently, when I shall pray, oh bless my lord and husband, undo that prayer, by crying out as loud, oh bless my brother. Husband, win, brother, praise and destroys the prayer, no midway twixt these extremes at all.
Gentle Octavia, let your best love draw to that point which seeks best to preserve it. If I lose mine honor, I lose myself. Better I were not yours than you're so branchless. But, as you requested, yourself shall go betweens. The meantime, lady, Alvarez, the preparation for war shall stain your brother. Make your soonest haste, for your desires are yours.
In another room, Engelbartus and Eros discuss Caesar's slights against Antony's preparations for battle.
Caesar, having made use of him in the wars against Pompey, presently denied him rivality, would not let him partake in the glory of the action, not resting here, accuses him of letters he had formerly wrote to Pompey. On his own appeal, seizes him. So the poor third is up, till death of March's confine.
And world, thou hast a pair of chaps no more. Throw between them all the food in the world. They'll grind the one the other. Where's Antony?
He He's walking in the garden thus, and spurns the rush that lies before him, cries, "Fool, Lepidus," and threats the throat of that his officer that murdered Pompey.
Great space fleet's rigged.
For Mars and Caesar. More, Domitius, my lord desires you presently. My news I might have told hereafter.
That will be not, but let it be. Bring me to Antony.
Oh, sir.
As preparation for war begins, Octavia arrives on Mars, where Caesar is expressing his frustrations with Antony.
Contemning of Mars, he has done all this and more. On Venus, here's the matter. In the marketplace on our tribunal silver, Cleopatra and himself in chairs of gold were publicly enthroned. At their feet sat Caesarion, whom they call my father's son, and all the unlawful issues of their lust since hath made between them. Under her he gave the establishment of Venus, made her absolute queen.
This in the public eye? Let Mars be thus informed.
People know it. Have now received his accusations.
Who does he accuse?
Caesar. And then having in Phobos Sextus Pompeius spoiled, we had not raided him his part of the isle. Then does he say he lent me some shipping unrestored. Lastly, he frets that Lepidus of the triumvirate should be deposed, and being that we detained all his revenue.
Sir, this should be answered.
It's done already. And the messenger gone, I told him Lepidus was grown too cruel, that he his high authority abused and did deserve his change. For what I've conquered, I grant him part, but then, in his Andromeda and other of his conquered kingdoms, I demand the life.
We'll never yield to that.
He must not then be yielded to in this.
Enter Octavia, freshly arrived from Mercury.
Hail, Caesar, my lord, hail, most dear Caesar.
And I should ever call thee castaway.
You have not called me so, nor have you cause. To come thus was I not constrained, but did on my own free will. My lord, Mark Antony, hearing that you prepared for war, acquitted my grieved ear withal, whereon I begged his pardon to return.
Which soon he granted, being an obstruct in his lust in him.
Do not say so, my lord.
I have eyes upon him, and his affairs come to me on the solar wind. Where is he now?
My lord, on Mercury.
No, my most wronged sister, Cleopatra, hath nodded him to her. He hath given his empire up to a whore, who now are levying the kings of the system for war. He hath assembled Bacchus, the king of Oberon, Archelaus, Epimetheus, Philadelphus, king of Paphlagon Q1, the Cablan king of Dallas, King Malchus of Ancelas, king of Pont, Herod of Titan, Mithridates, king of Ceres 5, Palamon and Amicus, kings of Io and Hopes, with a more larger list of scepters.
I be most wretched, that have my heart parted betwixt two friends that do afflict each other.
Welcome hither. Your letters been told our breaking forth, till we perceive both how you were wrong led and we in negligent danger. Cheer your heart. Be you not troubled with the time which drives o'er your content these strong necessities, but let determined things to destiny hold unbewailed their way. Welcome to Mars, nothing more dear to me. You are abused beyond the mark of thought, and the high gods, to do you justice, make them ministers of us and those that love you. Best of comfort and ever welcome to us.
Welcome, lady.
Welcome, dear madam. Each art on Mars does love and pity you. Only the adulterous Antony, most large in his abominations, turns you off, and gives his potent regiment to a troll that noises it against us.
Is it so, sir?
Most certain, sister. Welcome, pray you, and be ever known to patience, my dear sister.
On Venus, Cleopatra waits with Encelbarus to be reunited with her lover Antony, who is discussing military strategy.
I will be even with thee, doubt it not.
But why?
Thou hast forspoke my being in these wars and say'st it is not fit.
Well, is it?
It is not pronounced against us. Why should not we be there in person?
Your presence needs must puzzle Antony. Take from his heart, take from his brain, from his time. What should not then be spared? He is already traduced for levity. And 'tis said on Mars, Fontanus a eunuch, and your maids manage this war.
Sink Mars in their tongues, rot that speak against us. A charge we bear in the war, and as the president of my kingdom will appear therefore a man. Speak not against it. I will not stay behind.
Nay, I have done. Here comes the emperor.
Is it not strange, Canidius, that from Tarentum he could so quickly cut the Ionian space and take in Torrent? You've heard of him, sweetie.
Celerity is never more admired than by the negligent.
A good rebuke which might have well become the best of men with taunted slackness. Canidius, we will find him in space.
In space? What else?
Why will my lord do so?
That he dares us to.
So hath my lord dared you to a single fight?
Aye, and to wage this battle in the asteroid belt where Caesar fought with Pompey? These offers which serve not for his vengeance he shakes off, and so should you.
Your ships are not well manned. Your pilots are mulleters, reapers, people engrossed by swift impress. In Caesar's fleet are those that often have against Pompey fought. Their ships are yare, yours heavy. No disgrace shall fall you for abusing him in space, being prepared for land.
In space, in space!
Most!
Worthy sir, you therein throw away the absolute soldiership you have by land. Distract your army, which doth most consist of war-marked footmen. Leave unexecuted your own renowned knowledge. Quite forego the way which promises assurance, and give yourself merely up to chance and hazard from firm security.
A fight in space!
I have 60 spaceships. Caesar none better.
Our own plus of shipping will we burn with a restful man from the head of Orion beat the approaching Caesar. But if we fail, we then can do it at land.
Enter a messenger.
My business.
News is true, my lord. He is described. Caesar has taken Turin.
To be there in person, 'tis impossible. Strange that power should be. Candidius, our 19 legions, thou shalt hold by land, and our 12,000 horse. We'll to our ship. Away, my sling!
As Antony finishes his battle plans, Octavius finalizes his strategy for the upcoming onslaught.
Taurus,
My lord.
strike not by land.
Whole. Provoke not battles we have done in space. Do not exceed the prescript of this scroll. Our fortune lies upon this job.
The two generals' minds set. The space battle for control of the interplanetary Martian Empire begins.
Turn the rudder. See it, mine eyes are blasted.
Gods and goddesses, the whole synod of
What side, passion?
the greater panel of the world is lost with very ignorance. We have kissed away kingdoms and provinces.
How appears the fight?
On our side, like a token pestilence, where death is sure. You rivaled and nagged Venus, and what does the o'ertake? In the midst of the fight, when vantage like a pair of twins appeared, both as the same, or rather ours the elder, a breeze upon her like a cow in June, host sails and flies.
That I beheld. Mine eyes did sicken at the sight and could not endure a further view.
She once being looped, the noble ruin of her magic Antony clasped on his space wing, and like a doting mallard leaves the fight and height, flies after her. I never saw an action of such shame, experience, manhood, honor, ne'er recorded so vitally itself.
Our fortune in space is out of breath, and false most lamentable. Had our general been what he knew himself, it had gone well. Ah! He had given example for our flight most grossly by his own.
Aye, are you thereabouts? Why, then good night indeed.
Toward Antoniani are they fled.
To seize you to it, and there I will attend what further comes.
To Caesar will I render my legions and my horse. 6 kings already show me the way.
I'll yet follow the wounded chance of Antony, though my reason sits in the wind against me.
In the wake of a disastrous space battle, Antony laments his defeat.
Hark, the land bids me no more turn of pine. It's a shame to bear me! Friends, come hither. I'm so laden in this world that I've lost my way forever. I have a ship laden with gold. Take that divided fly and make your peace with Caesar.
Fly, not
I have fled myself. I've instructed cowards to run and show their shoulders. Friends, be gone. I myself resolved upon a course which has no need of you be gone. My treasure is in the exosphere. Take it. Friends, be gone. You should have letters for me to some friends that will sweep your way forward. We pray you look not sad, nor make replies of loathness. Take the hint which my despair proclaims. Let that be left which leads itself to the space side straight away. I will possess you of that trick and treasure. Leave me, I pray, a little. Pray you now, nay, do so! For indeed I have lost my command. Therefore I pray you will see you by and by.
Enter a remorseful Cleopatra.
Major, not to him, comfort him. Do, most dear queen.
Do! Why, what else? Let me sit down. Oh, Juno.
No.
See you here, sir?
Five!
Queen, my lord the queen.
A whither hast thou led me, Venus? See how I convey my shame, and of thine eyes were looking back what I have left behind, destroyed in
Oh,
dishonor.
my lord, forgive my evil ships! I little thought you would have followed!
Promise thou knewest too well, my heart was too thy rudder, tied by the strings, and thou shouldst tow me after. For my spirit, thy full supremacy thou knewest, and that thy beck might from the bidding what the gods command me.
Oh, my pardon!
Now I must speak. Young man, said humble trees. Thou art a palter in the ships of lotus, who would have the hope of the world play as I pleased, making and marring fortunes. You did know how much you were my conqueror, and that my sword, made weak by my affection, would obey it at all costs.
Pardon!
Alas, it's here, I say. One of them rates all that is won and lost. Give me a kiss. Even this repays me. Caesar sits down on Venus, where I will oppose his fate. Our force by land hath nobly held. Our severed fleet, too, will knit again, the fleet threatening most space-like. Where hast thou been, my heart? Dost thou hear, lady? If from the field I shall return once more to kiss these lips, I will appear in blood. I and my sword will earn our chronicle. There's hope in it yet.
That's my brave lord.
Oh, I will be troublesome, nude-hearted brave, and fight maliciously for when mine hours were nice and lucky. Men did ransom lives on me for jests. But now I'll set my teeth and send to darkness all that stopped me. Come! Let's have one other gaudy night. Call to me, oh my sad captains, fill our bowls once more, let's mock the midnight bell.
It is my birthday. I had thought about it. Since my lord is Antony again, I will be Cleopatra.
Oh, we will get
Call his noble captains to my lord.
Do so, we'll speak with them. And tonight I'll force the wine and peep through their scars. Come on, my queen, there's sap in it yet. The next time I fight, I'll make death love me, for I will contend even with his pestilent sight.
Everyone retires for further strategizing, with the exception of an Alvarez.
Now I will outstare the lightning. To be furious is to be frightened out of fear, and in that mood the dove will peck the ostrich. I see still a diminution in our captain's brain restores his heart. When valor preys on reason, it eats the sword it fights with. I will seek some way to leave him.
Will Antony defeat the terrible Octavius in face-to-face combat? Will the interplanetary Martian Empire be restored? Or will it fall to ruin in the wake of such terrible space wars? Find out after a word from our sponsor.
Sometimes decisions are hard.
Should I have vanilla or chocolate ice cream?
Sometimes they're really hard.
Should I keep my money under my mattress or in the broom closet?
And sometimes they're so hard you can't even think straight.
Should I kill myself or the king who killed my father?
Who's to say, sad teenage boy? All complex conundrums to be sure, but one stands erect above the rest.
Honey, do you want to have a child?
A child? In this economy?
The world is full of tough questions, but deciding on what brand of condom to use shouldn't be one of them. To breed or not to breed, sold in an apothecary near you.
In the liminal space between Mars and Venus, Octavius rests in his spaceship, taking a moment to mock Antony's challenge to one-on-one combat.
He calls me boy and shines as he had power to beat me out of Venus. There's me to personal combat, Caesar to Antony. I feel ruffian though I have many other ways to die. Meantime, laugh at his challenge.
Caesar must think when one so great begins to rage, he's hunted even to falling. Gave him no breath, but now make use of his distraction. Never anger made good God for himself.
Let our best heads know that tomorrow the last of many battles we mean to fight. Within our files there are those that serve Mark Antony but late. Enough to fetch him in, see it done and feast the army. We have store to do it. They've earned the waste. Poor Antony.
On Venus, Antony responds to Caesar's mockery and prepares to fight regardless.
He will not fight with me, Alvarez.
No.
Why should he not?
He thinks being 20 times a better fortune, he's 20 men to 1.
Tomorrow, soldier, in space and land, I'll fight, for I will live a bathe my dying honor in the blood that shall make it live again. Would thou fight well?
Strike and cry, take all.
Well said. Eros, mine armor, Eros!
Sleep a little.
No, my chuck. Eros, come, mine armor, Eros! Come, good fellow, put mine iron on, and fortune be not ours today, because we brave her. Come.
May I help you? What's this for?
Thou art the armor of my heart. False, this.
Suslavich, that's enough for me.
Oh, well, you shall thrive now. Seest thou, my good fellow, to put on my defenses.
Is this not buckled well?
Oh, very. Ye that unbuckles this to leave you to please me down for our returns on pure storm. Thou fumblest, Eros, and my queen's squire, more tight at this than now. Dispatch. Oh, well, that thou could see my wars today, and knewest the royal occupation, thou should see a war commanded.
The morning's fair. Good morrow, General.
Good morrow, General.
'Tis well blown, lads. This morning, let the spirit of youth that means to be note begin batons. Farewell, good day. Whatever becomes of me, this is a soldier's kiss. Rebukable. Unworthy, shameful, checkered word to stand, or nor mechanic compliment. I'll leave thee now like a man of steel. You that will fight, follow me close. I'll bring you to it. Adieu.
Please you retire to your chamber.
Leave me. He goes forth gallantly. That he, even Caesar, might determine this great war in a single fight, and then Antony. But now, well, on.
As Antony leaves for battle, the soldier reveals some distressing news concerning his friend and old Barbus.
The gods make this a happy day, Antony.
Put thou in those thy scores, and once prevailed me to make thee fight at land.
Hast thou done so, the kings that have revolted and the soldier that this morning left thee would have still followed thy heels.
Who's gone this morning?
Who? One ever near thee, called friend of Barbus, you shall not hear thee, or from Caesar's camps I am none of thine.
What sayest thou?
Sir, he is with Caesar.
Sir, his chests and treasure he has not with him. Is he gone?
Most certain.
Go, Eros. Send his treasure after. Do it. Detain no child. I charge thee right to him. I will subscribe. Gentle dues and greetings. Say that I wish he never find more cause to change a master. Oh, my fortunes have corrupted honest men. Dispatch. And Barbus!
In the camp of Octavius, Barbus comes to understand the magnitude of his choice to desert Antony.
Go forth, Agrippa, and begin the fight. Our will is Antony be took alive. Make it so known.
Caesar shall.
The time of universal peace is near. Prove this a prosperous day. The three-nooked world shall bear the honor freely.
Antony is come into the field.
Don't charge Agrippa. Plant those that have revolted in the van, that Antony may seem to spend his fury upon himself.
Alexis did revolt and went to Titan on affairs of Antony. There did persuade great Herod to incline himself to Caesar and leave his master Antony. This pays Caesar hath hanged him. Canidius and the rest that fell away have entertainment, but no honorable trust. I have done ill, of which I do accuse myself so sorely that I will joy no more.
And Barbus, Antony is sent after thee all thy treasure, with his bounty or a plus. The messenger came upon my guard, and at thy tent is now unloading of his ship.
I give it you.
Mark not, and O Barbus, I tell you true. Best you sent the bringer out of the host. I must attend mine office, or would have done it myself. Your emperor continues still a Jove.
I am alone, the villain of Venus! And I feel I am so most. Oh, Antony, thou mine of bounty, how wouldst thou have paid my better service when my turpitudes thou dost so crown with gold? This blows my heart, and swift thought break it not. A swifter reed shall outstrike thought, but thought will do it, I feel. I fight against thee? No. I shall go seek some ditch wherein to die. The foulest best fits my latter part of life.
As Barbus ponders his cowardice, the battle between Antony and Octavius begins.
Oh, my brave emperor, this is fun indeed! Have we done so first, where you've driven them home with clouds about their heads?
Thou bleedest apace.
I had a wound here that was like a T, but now 'tis made an H. Let's score their backs and snatch them up as we take cares behind to sport them all a runner.
I will reward thee once for thy sprightly comfort, and tenfold for thy good valor. Come the arm.
Safely within the walls of Cleopatra's temple, Antony celebrates his first victory over Octavius.
We have beat him to his camp! Run him before and let the queen know of our jests. Tomorrow, before the sun shall cease, we'll spill the blood that has today escaped. I thank you all. For doughty-handed are you, and have fought not as you served the cause, but as it had been each man's like mine. You have shown all Hector's. As for the city, clip your wives, your friends tell them your feats. Was they with joyful tears wash the concealment from your wounds, and kiss the outer gashes home.
Lord of lords, always in the virtue comes so smiling to the world's great snare uncaused.
Nightingale, we beat them in their beds. The Venus make a jolly watch bear. Our targets like the men that bow them. Trumpeters with brazen din blast you the city's ear, make mingle with rattling tamarines. The heaven and earth may strike their sounds together, applauding our approach.
In the darkest depths of Octavius' ship, 2 soldiers find Enobarbus reckoning with his treason, to dire results.
We do not believe within this hour we must return to the court of guard. The night is shining, they say we shall battle by the 2nd hour in the morn.
This last day was a shrewd one's too.
Oh, bear me witness, knight.
What man is this?
Stand close and listen.
Be witness to me, O blessed stars. When men revolted shall upon record bear hateful memory, poor Enobarbus did before thy face repent.
Enobarbus!
Peace. Hark further.
O sovereign mistress of most true melancholy. The poisonous tamp of night to sponge upon me, that life, a very rebel to my will, may hang no longer on me. Throw my heart against the flint, and hardness of my fault, which being dried with grief shall break to powder and finish all foul thoughts. Oh, Antony, nobler than my revolt is infamous. Forgive me in thine own particular. Let the world rank me in register, a master leaver and a fugitive. Oh, Antony. Oh, Antony.
Let's speak to him.
Shh! Let's hear him, for the things he speaks may concern Caesar.
Let's do so. But he sleeps.
Swoons, rather. So bad a prayer as his was never yet for sleep.
Go we to him.
Awake, sir! Awake! Speak to us!
Hear you, sir.
The hand of death hath wrought him.
Ah. Come on, then. He may recover yet.
Still basking in the glory of his military victory, Antony prepares to watch his space fleet fight one last battle with the Martians.
Their preparation is today in space. Be pleased them not by land.
Both, my lord.
I would they fight in the fire. We fight there too. But this is it. Our foot upon the hills adjoining to the city shall stay with us. Order for space is given. They have put forth the haven with their appointment. We may best discover and look on their endeavor.
Unfortunately for Antony, the space battle quickly turns against his favor as all his spaceships begin to desert to Octavius.
All is lost. This foul Venusian hath betrayed me. My fleet hath yielded to the foe, and yonder they cast their caps up and carouse together like friends long lost. Triple terms. Whore! 'Tis thou hast sold me to this novice, and my heart makes only wars on thee! Betrayed I am. Oh, this false soul of Venus, this great charm, whose eye begged forth my wars, and called them home, whose bosom was my crownage, like sheep end, like a white gypsy had fastened whose beguiled me to the very heart of loss!
Enter Cleopatra.
Well, the spill of once!
Why is my lord enraged against his love?
Yes, I shall give thee thy deserving and bloody Caesar's triumph. Let him take thee and hoist thee after the shouting plebeians. Follow his chariot like the greatest spot of all thy sex. Most monster-like be shown for poorest dominion and for dullest. And let patient Octavia plow thy visage up with her prepared nails. 'Tis well thou art gone. If it be well to live, but better for thou fell'st into my fury, for one death might have prevented many. Eros, ho! The shirt of Nessus is upon me. Teach me, Alcides, thou my ancestor by rage. Let me lodge Lycus in the horns of the moon, and with those hands that grasp the heaviest club, subdue my worthiest self. For which shall die? To the young Martian boy she hath sold me, and I fall under this plot. She dies for it.
In despair, Cleopatra asks Charmian to reconcile her relationship with Antony through drastic measures.
Help me, my women. Oh, he's more mad than Telamon for his shield. The board of Thessaly was never so embossed.
To the chamber. There, lock yourself and send word you are dead. The soul and body ripe not more imparting than greatness going off.
To the chamber. Have Marty and tell him I have slain myself. Say that the last I spoke was Antony, and word it prithee piteously. Hence charm me, and bring me how he takes my death. To the chamber!
From another room, Antony continues to sulk, unaware of his lover's deception.
Eros, though yet behold is sweet.
I, O Lord.
So sometimes we see a cloud that's dragonish, a vapor sometimes like a bear or a lion, a towered citadel, a pendant rock, a forked mountain, or blue promontory with trees upon it that nod under the world and mock our eyes with hair. Thou hast seen these signs.
I, my Lord.
I made these wars for Venus. And the queen whose heart I thought I had, but she had mine, which most was mine, and her next son, but a million more now lost. She errors, has packed cards like Caesar, and falsified my glory into an enemy's triumph. Nay, weep not, gentle Eros. There is left ourselves and ourselves. Sir, word from Venus. Oh, my vile lady, she has robbed me of my son!
No, Antony, my mistress loved thee, and her fortunes mingled with thine entire.
And saucy eunuch, peace, she has betrayed me into life.
The death of one person can be paid but once, and that she has discharged. What thou wouldst do is done unto thy hand. The last she spake was Antony, most noble Antony, that in the midst of a tearing groan did break the name of Antony. It was divided between her heart and lips. She rendered like thy name so buried. Dead.
Unarmed, Eros. The long day's task is done, and we must sleep. When thou departest hence safe, just pay thy labor richly, go. I will o'ertake thee, Cleopatra, and weep for my pardon, so it must be for now. All length is torture. Since the torch is out, lie down and stray no farther. Come, Eros!
Lord, my Lord.
Since Cleopatra died, I have lived in such dishonor that the gods detest my baseness. I that with my sword quartered the world, and o'er green Neptune's backward ships made cities, condemn myself to lack the courage of a woman. Less noble-minded she, which by her death our Caesar tells, I am conqueror of myself. Thou art sworn, Eros, that when the exigent should come, which now is come indeed, when I should see behind me the inevitable prosecution of disgrace and horror, that on my command thou then wouldst kill me. Do it. The time is come. Thou strikest not me to Caesar thou defeatest, the color in thy cheek.
Gods withhold me. Shall I do that which all the Parthian parts, though enemy lost aid could not?
Eros, would thou be windowed in great Mars, and see thy master thus with clenched arms, bending down his courageable neck, his face subdued and penetrated shame, whilst the wheeled seat of fortune and Caesar joined before him, branded his baseness that ensued.
I would not see it.
Come then, for the wound I must be cured. Draw thou thy honest sword, which thou hast worn was useful for thy Flanders.
Oh, sir, pardon me.
When I did make thee free, force thou not then to do this when I bade thee. Do it at once, for thy precedent services are all but accidents on purpose. Strong come.
Turn from me that noble countenance were the worship of the whole world lies.
Love thee.
My sword is drawn.
And let it do at once the thing where thou hast drawn it.
Farewell, great chief. Shall I strike now?
Now, Eros.
Right there. Thus do I escape the sorrow of Antony's death.
Thrice nobler than myself! Thou teachest me, O valiant Eros, but I should if thou couldst not. My queen Amor and Eros have by their brave instruction got upon me a nobleness and record. But I will be the bridegroom in my death. To run onto it is to a lover's bed. Come now. And Eros, thy master dies thy scholar. To do thus, I learned of thee. How? Not dead! Not dead! Oh, dispatch me!
Antony,
but Antony hath triumphed on itself.
So it should be that none but Antony should conquer Antony, but woe, 'tis so!
Time, Venus, dying. Only I hear importune death a while until of many thousand kisses the poor last I lay upon.
I dare not, dear my lord, pardon, I dare not, lest I be taken. Let the imperious show the full fortune Caesar ever shall be proof of me. If knife, drugs, serpents of edge, stinger, operation, I am safe. Your wife Octavia with her modest eyes and still conclusion shall acquire no demurring upon me. Come, Antony! Help me, my women, we must draw thee up. Assist, good friends!
Where I am gone.
You sport indeed, how heavy weighs my lord! My strength is all gone into heaviness that makes the weight. And I greet Juno's power, I would lift thee up and set thee by Jove's side! Come a little, wishes were ever fools. Oh, come, welcome! Dire thou hast lived, quickened with kissing. Had my lips that power, thus would I wear them out. A heavy sight.
I am dying, Venus, dying. Give me some wine and let me speak of
No, let me speak and let me rail so high that the false house might fortune break her wheel, provoked by my
One word, sweet queen! Of Caesar seek your honor with your safety. Oh.
They do not go together.
Gentle, hear me. None but about Caesar's trust but procurators.
My resolution and my hands I'll trust. None about Caesar.
The mist will change now at my end, lament not sorrow, I put leisure thoughts in beating, and with those my former fortunes. Were it I lived the greatest prince of the world, the noblest, and do now not basely die, not cowardly put up my helmet to my countrymen. For Martian by Martian, valiantly vanquished. Now my spirit is going, I can no more.
Noblest of men will die! Hast thou no care of me? Shall I abide in this dull world until my absence is not better than a sty? Oh, save my women! Oh, the crown of Mars doth melt! My lord! Oh, when it is the god of the war! The soldier's pole is fallen, young boys and girls are level now with men! Arms is gone, and there is nothing left remarkable beneath the visiting moon.
Oh, quiet, Miss Lacey, is that through our
Lady!
Madame!
Madam!
Royal Venus,
Peace, Iris. No more. But being a woman, and commanded by such poor passion as the maid that milks and does the meanest chores. It were for me to throw my scepter at the injurious gods, to tell them that our world did equal theirs, so they had stolen our jewel. But not. Patience is sottish, and impatience does become a dog that's mad. Then is it sin to rush into the secret house of death dare come to us? How dare you, women? What? Good cheer! How charming and my noble girls! Women, look, our lamp is spent. It's out. Good sirs, take heart. Go bury him. And then what's brave, what's noble. Let's do it after the high Martian fashion and make death proud to take us. Come, away! This case of that huge spirit is now cold. Women, come. We have no friend but resolution and the briefest end.
Our story comes to its conclusion right after this message.
The year is 1932. Your husband's unemployed.
What a bum. Of course he is.
He comes home from the bread lines, but instead of kissing you hello like he used to, he asks you to make a plate of lasagna.
Bread. How rude.
And when your deadbeat husband sits on the couch reading the morning paper, the only thing on your mind is why the hell is it so hard to find a husband who will treat you right?
Truth.
Well, do I have a new deal for you? For only $29.99, you can have your very own measure for pleasure. The only vibrator that can make you feel like the married wife of Windsor you deserve to be. While your husband's out looking for a job, you'll be living the high life like it's still the roaring 20s. Like if you telegram now, I'll throw in a second one for free for your Aunt Dolores. So buy measure for pleasure today and turn the Great Depression into the
Great
Depression.
On Octavius's warship, Octavius learns of the death of his rival.
What art thou that darest to speak thus to us?
I am called Dercetus. Mark Antony I served, who best was worthy, best to be served. Whilst he stood up and spoke, he was my master, and I bore my life to spend upon his haters. If thou please to take me to thee as I was to him, I'll be to Caesar. If thou pleasest not, I yield thee up my life.
What is't thou sayest?
I say, O Caesar, Antony is dead.
Great king, so great a thing should make a greater crowd. The round world shall shook lions into civil streets and citizens to their dens. The death of Antony is not a single doom in the name of loyalty to the world.
He is dead, Caesar, not by a public minister of justice, nor by a hired knight, but that self-hand which writ his honor in the acts it did, hath the courage which the heart did lend and splitted the heart. This is his sword. I robbed his wound of it, behold it stained with his most noble blood.
I have followed thee to this. We do lance diseases in our bodies. I must perforce have shown to thee such a declining day will look on thine. We could not stall together in the whole world. But yet let me lament with tears as sovereigns the blood of hearts that thou, my brother, my competitor, the top of all design, my mate in empire, friend and companion in the front of war, the arm of mine own body and the heart where mine his thoughts did kindle, that our stars unreconcilable should divide our equals to this. Hear me, good friends, but I will tell you it's a leader, Caesar. The business of this man looks out for me. We'll hear him when he says, whence are you?
A poor Venusian yet. The queen, my mistress, can find in all she has her monument of thy intense desires instruction, that she may preparedly frame herself the way she's forced to.
Bid her have good heart. She soon shall know of us by some of ours, how honorable and how kindly we determine for her. For Caesar cannot live to be ungentle.
So the gods preserve thee.
Come hither, Proculius. Go and say we purpose her no shame, give her what comforts the quality of her passion shall require. Last, her greatness by some mortal stroke she do defeat us. For her life on Mars will be eternal in our triumph. Go, and with your speediest bring us what she says and how you find her.
Caesar, I shall.
We return to Venus for the last time, where Cleopatra is weighing the options of her defeat.
My desolation does begin to make a better life. 'Tis paltry to be Caesar not being fortune, but he's fortune's knave, minister of her will. And it is great to do that thing that ends all other deeds, which shackles accidents and bolts up change, which sleeps and never pallets more the dug, the beggar's nurse, and Caesar.
Caesar sends greetings to the Queen of Venus and bids thee study what fair demands thou meanst to have and grant.
What's thy name?
My name is Proculius.
Antony did tell me of you, bade me trust you. But I do not care greatly to be deceived and have no use for trusting. If your master would have a queen his beggar, you must tell him that majesty, to keep decorum, must no less beg than a kingdom. If you please to give me conquered Venus for my son, he gives me so much of my own as I will kneel to him with thanks.
Be of good cheer. You're fallen into a princely hand, fear nothing. Make your full reference freely to my lord, who is so full of grace that it flows over on all that need. Let me report to him your sweet dependency, and you shall find a conqueror that will pray in aid for kindness, for he for grace is kneeled to.
Pray you tell him I am his fortune's vassal, and I send him the greatness he has got. I hourly learn the doctrine of obedience and would gladly look him in the face.
This I'll report to you, lady. Have comfort, for I know your plight is pitied, if him that causes.
You see how easily she might be surprised.
Suddenly, two guards enter the queen's great window and, taken it by surprise, apprehend Cleopatra.
Aha! God until Caesar come.
Royal Queen!
Oh, Cleopatra, quick, good hand!
Good morning, lady, hold! Do not yourself such wrong, we're in this relieved, but not betrayed.
What of death too that rids our dogs of blameless?
That you do not abuse my master's bounty by the undoing of yourself. The world see his nobleness well acted, but your death will nevertheless come forth.
Where art thou, death? Come hither, come, and take a queen worthy many babes and beggars.
Emperor and slave.
Sir, I will eat no meat, I'll not drink, sir. If idle talk will once be necessary, I'll not sleep neither. This mortal house, I'll ruin, do Caesar what he can. No, sir, that I will not wait pinioned at your master's court, nor once be chastised with the sober eye of dull Octavia. Shall they hoist me up and show me to the shouting varletry of centering Mars? Rather to make my country's hide pyramids like given and hang me up in chains!
Which is the Queen of Venus?
It is the Emperor, madam.
Arise, you shall not kneel. I pray you rise, Venus.
Sir, the gods will have it thus. My master and my lord, I must obey.
Take to you no hard thoughts. The record of what injuries you did us, though written in our flesh, we shall remember as things but done by chance.
So, sir, the world, I cannot project mine own cause so well to make it clear. But do confess, I have been laden with like frailties which before have often shamed our sex.
Cleopatra, no, we will extenuate rather than enforce. If you apply yourself to our intents, which towards you are most gentle, you shall find a benefit in this change. We intend to so dispose you as yourself shall give us counsel. Feed and sleep, our care and pity is so much upon you that we remain your friend. And so adieu.
My master and my lord.
So adieu.
He words me, girls, he words me that I should not be noble to myself, but hardly charming. Happy again, I have spoke already. Leave divided. Go, put in the haste.
Madam, I will.
Where is the queen?
Behold, sir.
Madam, is there too sworn by your command? I'll tell you this. Caesar through Mars intends his journey. Within 3 days, you with your children will he send before. Make your best use of this. I perform your pleasure and my promise.
I shall remain your debtor.
Adieu, good queen.
Farewell, and thanks. Now, Iris, what thinkst thou? Thou, Venusian puppet, shall be shunned on Mars, as well as I. Mechanic slaves with greasy aprons, rules, and hammers shall uplift us to the view, and their thick breaths, rank of gross diet, shall be enclouded and forced to drink their vapor.
Thick goods for me.
Fate is most certain, Iris. Saucy liquors will catch us like strumpets, and skull grinders will ballad us out of tune. The quick comedians extemporally will stage us, and present our Venusian revels. Antony shall be brought drunken forth, and I shall see some squeaking clear natural boy, the greatness of the posture of a whore.
Good gods.
Nay, it's certain.
I never see it, for I am sure my nails are stronger than mine eyes.
Why, that's the way to fool their preparation and to conquer their most absurd intents. Now, Charmian, show me my women like a queen. Go fetch my best attires. I am again for kidness to meet Mark Antony. Sir, I must go. Now, noble Charmian, dispatch indeed. And when thou hast done this chore, I'll give thee leave to play till doomsday. Bring our crowned doll. Wherefore's this noise?
Here is a rural fellow that will not be denied your highness presence. He brings you figs.
Let him come in.
Here is the man.
Avoid, leave him. Hast thou the pretty worm of Nihilus there that kills and pains not?
Truly I have him, but I would not be the potter that should desire you to touch him, for his body is immortal. Those that do die, but do seldom or never recover.
Rememberest thou any that have died not?
Oh, very many men and women too. I heard of one of them no longer than yesterday, a very honest woman with something given to lie, as a woman should not do, but in the name of honesty. How she died of the bite of it, what pain she felt truly. She makes a very good report of the worm, but that he that will believe all they say shall never be saved by half that they do. But this is most foul. The worm's not a worm.
Give thee hence, farewell.
I wish you all the joy of the worm.
Farewell.
You must think this, look you, that the worm will do his kind.
Aye, farewell.
Look you, the worm is not to be trusted, but in the keeping of wise people. For indeed there is no goodness in
Take
the
thou
worm.
no care, it shall be heeded.
Very good. Give it nothing, I pray you, for it is not worth the feeding.
Will it eat me?
You must not think I am so simple, but I know the devil himself will not eat a woman. I know that a woman is a dish for the gods if the devil dress them not, but truly, the same whoresome devils do the gods great harm in their women, for in every attempt they make, the devils modify.
Well, get thee gone, farewell.
Yes, sooth. I wish you joy of the worm.
Give me my robe, put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me. Now no more the juice of Venus' grape shall moist this lip. Here, good Iris, quick. Methinks I hear Antony call. I see him rouse himself to praise my noble act. I hear him mock the luck of Caesar, which the gods give men to excuse their after wrath. Husband, I come! Now, to that name my courage, prove my title. I am fire and air. My other elements I I give to baser life. So have you done? Come then, and take the last warmth of my lips. Farewell, kind Charmian. Iris, long farewell. How about the aspic in my lips? Does fall? That when nature can so gently part, the stroke of death is as a lover's pinch which hurts and is desired. Just I lay still, though so vanishes still tells the world it is not worth leave taking.
Dissolve the crowded rain, that I may say the gods themselves do weep.
This proves me base. If she first meet the cruel Antony, he'll make demand of her and spend that kiss which is my heaven and hell. Come. Thou mortal witch, with thy sharp teeth is not intrinsicate of life at once untied. Poor venomous fool, be angry and dispatch! Because so speak, that I may hear thee called great Caesar as unpolicy.
Oh, eastern star!
Peace. Dost thou not see my baby at my breast that sucks the nurse's sleep?
Oh, right.
As sweet as balm, as soft as air, as gentle. Nay, I will take thee too. What? Should I stay?
In this wide world, so fare thee well. Now boast thee death, and thy possession lies, alas, unparalleled. Downy windows closed, and golden Phoebus never be beheld of eyes again so royal. Your crowns arrive, all mended, and then play.
Where is the Queen?
Speak softly, wake her not.
Caesar hath sent.
Too slow a messenger. Come, apace, dispatch. I hardly feel thee.
Approach her, all's not well, Caesar's beguiled.
This peculiar sent from Caesar, call him.
What work is it, John? Is this well done?
It is well done, and fitting for a princess descended of so many royal kings. Ah, soldier!
Oh, sir, you were too sure an augurer that you did fear is done.
The bravest of the last. She leveled in our purposes and being royal took her own way. The manner of their deaths I did not see them bleed.
Who was last with them?
A simple countryman that brought her figs. This was his basket.
Here on her breast there is a vent of blood and something alone. The light is on her arm.
This is a worm's trial, and these fig leaves have slime upon them, such as the slimy leaves upon the caves of Nile.
Most probable that so she died. For her physicians have told me she has pursued conclusions infinite of easy ways to die. Take up her bed, and bear her women for her monument. She shall be buried by her Antony. No grave upon the earth shall clip in it up hair so famous. High events as these strike those that make them, and their story is no less in pity than his glory, which brought them to be lamented. Our army shall in solemn show attend this funeral, and then to Mars. Come, Peculius, see high order in this great solemnity.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for Shakespeare in the Dark's interplanetary production of Antony and Cleopatra in space.